Hello everybody, Shockinator 1000 here reporting for duty. Welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Hooplocke Nuzlocke. Last time, we got ourselves a very good nature Turtwig that is a plus physical defense minus speed nature. And we also got our first spin of the wheel for what our challenge is going to be on the approach of defeating the first gym, which is we are not allowed to use healing items or TMs at all until we have beaten the first gym. So we're going to be pressing on, and I'm basically going to build up my team a bit, because believe me, we need a lot of Pokemon. Nice. Shinx with Intimidate for the ability. That's actually the best thing for you to have, honestly. Gonna start off with a tackle so I can weaken it up a little bit. Okay. Oh, by the way, obviously we are going through the challenge that we are not allowed to use healing items. That doesn't mean that we are not allowed to use the Pokemon Centers. I basically ruled that out entirely, where we are allowed to use the Pokemon Centers as many times as we like. But I will definitely say this. There was one time where I did a challenge with my friends where I did something called a heal block. It wasn't an actual Nuzlocke, but we were not allowed to use healing items for the entire game, both inside battles and outside battles. And the only way for us to heal Pokemon was in the Pokemon Center and see how many deaths it took for us to eventually beat the game. So I'm going to call this Shinx... I'm going to call it Tigray. Let's see... There we go. Let's have a look at this Shinx. Okay, plus speed minus special defense nature. Not too shabby. Its highest IV is speed, so I can live with that. See if I can get another Pokemon. That's if they show up, that is. Pokemon? Thank you. Okay, Starly. Yep. I want to catch a Starly. I mean, Bidoof technically probably would catch as well, but you can technically find Bidoofs as well as their evolved form later on. So we'll just do a double tackle on you since you did use Growl on us. Okay, did slightly more damage than the tackle that Shinx did. Alright, here we go. Pokeball number 2. Oh, actually, I should really warn you guys as a heads up. In this Let's Play of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, there may be occasional moments where I might accidentally let off some swear words. Because when it comes to an actual Nuzlocke, it can leave a foul mouth in certain people. So, it might need to be a case for me, so don't be fretting of that. Oh, damn it! Right, okay. We unfortunately did not give my Starly a nickname, but I was going to nickname her Jet. It's a quiet nature. That is not good. But whatever. The name rater is actually found later on in the game. So when we get to the name rater, I will give the Starly the nickname. So don't fret about that. Don't fret about that. It's just I'm not used to trying to give nicknames to my Pokemon on Switch games because you think that, oh, you have to push the B button to delete what the name originally is and then retype in what you really want. That's what I envisioned it being and I made the mistake in pressing the B button to actually cancel me out of actually giving the nickname to my Starly. But I will actually give it the nickname, so don't worry. I do have to be pretty careful not to like be too eager about certain things, because I know the one weakness that many people have when it comes to Nuzlockes is not paying any attention to the game. Where it is like, oh, I didn't know that Pokemon lowered my physical defense, and then uses a move that is a physical attacking move and does a lot of damage. So I'm going to try my absolute hardest to pay as much attention to this game as possible. And if I switch off on certain bits, then that's my own fault entirely. Though I do actually know there is a German Pokemon player who does occasionally view Pokemon Nuzlocke made by actual YouTubers. I think his name is Juan. I think that's how you say it. But basically, when I say Juan, it's not the number one. It's actually like you basically spell the name Juan or something, and you pronounce it as Juan. So if I'm saying that wrong, and you are watching this video, Juan, I am honestly sorry, because I'm not being disrespectful at all. Because it's not easy for me to pronounce names and certain words if I've either never heard it before or hardly ever said it in my life. Best way of saying it. So, I would honestly admit, I have a lot of respect for certain people. One, I've never really seen any of his videos before, but he is a veteran Pokemon Nuzlocker. So I would definitely give him that much. Right, I'm going to put Tigray in the lead. Oh, right, no, she doesn't have a Starly. She has 2 Bidoofs, doesn't she? Yeah. If you're probably wondering what came up with the name for Tigray for Shinx, I know, yes, when it's fully evolved, it looks like an electric lion. Oh, God. Okay, that did 4 damage, and I could potentially be at risk of dying from a critical hit. Okay, good, I got the paralysis. Okay, nice. Right. Right, let's go for a tackle. Okay, that did... Nice! That's what I want to see. I obviously have my battle style put on set for extra challenge. So that way, I'm not doing a whole... Oh, somebody's bringing in a Pokemon. I'm going to switch into this Pokemon because he can't even touch him. And make it challenge easy for me. If you want to feel challenge, you need to put the challenge on yourself. That's the best way for a game to be enjoyed. Let's see if we can get another paralysis. No. And survived. Good. Okay, we're switching out. Let's go for Turtwig, because Turtwig is actually defensive. I just hope that I'm not unlucky, because when it comes to playing Pokemon, I am by far incredibly unlucky in certain scenarios where it's like, okay, I really want a critical hit and I never get it, but the AI always gets a critical hit when you don't want them to. Okay, there we go. Good. We was at risk of losing Tigray there, but we're pressing on. Because I will honestly say, I did actually originally have a wheel for me to spin that was known to be a Pokemon Nuzlocke death wheel, where if a Pokemon died from a critical hit, I could spin the wheel to see if I can revive it instantly. But if it did happen to die normally, I could choose to sacrifice a Pokemon to save that other Pokemon's life. But the next time that Pokemon dies, they are dead, no question asked. I decided to get rid of that because I thought that makes it sound like I'm breaking the rules of a Nuzlocke. So, for the proper definition of doing a Nuzlocke, wow, how did I actually not take an encounter in that at all? But yeah, to follow the criteria of doing a proper Nuzlocke, I got rid of that wheel because usually in a Nuzlocke, if one death happens, that's it. Nothing you can do to revive them. So, I will definitely say this. The reasoning of why I decided to go for a Nuzlocke on Brilliant Diamond is because even though this is actually a remake of the original Diamond and Pearl, I think that this game is actually much more harder than the original Diamond and Pearl because certain gym leaders had their team upgraded to have a challenging scenario that is easily able to work in a Pokemon game that's from Generation 5 and onwards. Because in Generation 5, they introduced a mechanic where certain Pokemon were known to have hidden abilities. And I would definitely say this, and this is kind of like a spoiler, but there may be occasions where we will actually deal with certain trainers that will use hidden ability Pokemon when they shouldn't really be hidden abilities. Or they will carry moves that they don't originally learn in the actual Gen 4 game. I will be doing my best to mention certain important battles, but there may be situations where I may actually get things wrong, but I usually follow the information that's given to me by what I find on Bulbapedia. So we just follow that criteria much. Okay, thank you. Right, we do want to go inside that trainer school to move along the story, and there are some optional trainers for us to fight that will use 2 Abras. And I will say this, if you was playing the original Diamond Pearl Platinum, those Abras will always carry the move Hidden Power, and their hidden power would be fighting. But in this game, they carry Charge Beam, a electric type move that gives a high chance to boost the Pokemon's special attack stat by 1 stage, and Abra's special attack is ridiculously high. So this trainer will give us a Quick Claw, and if we go up here, I think is it this guy? No, is it you? Yeah, it's you. He will tell you about Heal Balls, where if you basically weaken a Pokemon, and then you use a heal ball to catch them, it will automatically heal the Pokemon from the moment you catch them. I'm going to like walk up here real quick to get myself another new encounter. Yeah, I'll keep Tigray in front. It doesn't really feel right if I use my Starly that hasn't been given a nickname when I wanted to give her the nickname Jet. Well, there's Bidoof. Okay. Let's try and increase the odds of catching this Bidoof by paralyzing it. If I don't get it, then... well, I can still at least catch it by weakening it. No paralysis? Okay, that's fine. Doesn't always happen all the time. Because I will definitely say, doing a Nuzlocke is known to be stressful, but like I've said numerous times, I love a challenge. I really do. Okay. What nickname shall I give you? Oh, I know. I will call you Travis. Right. This trainer can actually spin, so just gonna make sure she does that. There is another Pokemon I want to catch here. No, it's not another Bidoof. Come on, Pokemon. No, that's not who I want to see. Though, I probably, if I wanted to, I could technically catch this Starly, nickname that one Jet, and then get rid of the other Starly. But, no. That wouldn't feel the same, honestly. There we are. That's who I want to catch. I want to catch a Bidoof. Because I actually like Bidoof a lot. Its two main abilities, Natural Cure and Poison Point. Poison Point is actually good for competitive purposes, but Natural Cure is more helpful for single battles in the main story. Because if you get given a status condition, which the AI are commonly known to give you, you could just basically switch your Pokemon out and then it will automatically cure the status condition. And I will say, when I was trying to rehearse this Hooplocke on Shining Pearl, the number of times that I tried to catch myself a good nature Bidoof and it kept giving me the minus special attack nature one. It was a bit silly. And I have the perfect nickname for this Bidoof. I have the perfect nickname for it. Excuse me. Could not stop yawning apparently. I'm going to nickname you Rosebud. A reference to something you hear in Citizen Kane that I first heard of when I was watching an episode of Columbo. Right, let's have a look at our two Pokemon. So Travis, neutral nature, has a sturdy body, so your highest IV is physical defense. And a neutral nature Bidoof, thoroughly cunning. That could mean highest IV special attack. I'm not 100% sure on that, but nothing wrong about that. But yeah, the Badoos that I kept catching in my practice run of the Hooplock on Shining Pearl, it kept giving me careful natures, which you would think is not necessarily that bad, but to me it is bad, because a minor special attack when Badoo's fully evolved form's highest base stat is special attack. Right, I'm not going to use Thundershot because I know that's going to kill it. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry. Critical hit. Yeah. Thought so. The one thing I always have to deal with Subats is the number of occasions where they keep hitting with Supersonic when it's 55% accuracy. That is really annoying for me. Really annoying. Okay, good. Everybody usually gives the nickname for Zubat as Batman, but part of me wants to nickname it Drake, but that's usually a name that you would give to a dragon. Usually this name actually makes more sense for a ghost Pokemon, but I can't think of anything else. I really can't. Oh, jeez. There is also a Psyduck I could catch in that cave, but I don't really care too much about Psyduck. These trainers I'm going to try and avoid. Even though getting experience would be pretty nice, I'm not going to be risking losing a Pokemon in case if their Pokemon level is higher than I think. Okay, good, I've avoided her. I probably will mention in greater detail about the one rule in the wheel where it says you can't EXP grind of wild Pokemon. I'm only saying that you can't EXP grind Pokemon if you are like deliberately wanting to encounter them and then knock them out. Because obviously, yeah, you do get experience points for catching Pokemon as well. So, if that rule does happen to pop up, I'm going to do a thing where I am also going to mention that you can't experience grind by deliberately running into Pokemon and then just catching numerous ones. When I catch one Pokemon, I'm immediately moving on. That's all I'm doing. Unless it is a Pokemon I've not caught for the Pokedex before. Right, come on. I know I could actually register the old rod, but when do you ever get to use the old rod to get a different Pokemon that is not a Magikarp? Ah, god dang it. Come on, Magikarp. There we go. So we have actually gone over the time limit, so it'd probably be best for me to end this episode off once I catch this Magikarp. So obviously we'll be we'll be finding Barry inside the trainer school next episode, and then we'll be moving onwards to the location of where our first gym is. Alright. Excuse me. Right, I'll give the Magikarp a nickname and then we will call it an end. I'll call flip flop. Relaxed nature, that's good. I will add you, and I will place the Starly, because it doesn't really make sense for me to actually use a Pokemon that doesn't have a nickname. Alright, see you guys then.